Hello and welcome back to Divide and Conquer version 4 and the Clans of Enedwaith campaign, and we are now on turn 67. I thought it was better to play some of my getting into position moves off camera because, you know, I'd done the majority of everything. You know, it was just a little bit of retraining. Thank you to Mr. Oblivion Plays for reminding me to retrain all my units in Alkflud with the upgraded armourer, because we have a decent armourer in this town. It is a blacksmith, which enables chainmail, so a lot of our units have gold or silver now for their armour rating. I retrained the main one, some of the lesser units I didn't bother with. But the plan of attack then... off camera, the only major thing that happened was that Gondor declared war on Isengard, and as you can see, things are heating up in the south there as a result. Now, I'm a little bit worried by this massive Isengard army in our rear lines here. We do have garrisons everywhere, but they won't, you know, stand up to an actual professional army. In light of this, we have the following armies for the attack on Dunland. We have Camran with a little bit of a raiding force north of the river. I want him to take Argond and maybe take Farbad. Matrife I'm not too worried about. I think taking Farbad will be a much better idea. To that end, he's got a decent amount of archers, a unit of clansmen, and then a couple of mercenary units that he picked up. And he himself is actually quite experienced, which is good. Dunland from Karas in the south has his own little satellite army with a variety of units, some very decent archers with some trash archers, some cavalry, some strike infantry, and his main objective is going to be to take Bali and possibly move on to Bairig, depending on, you know, or sorry, not Bairig, whatever the capital is. Dunyard? I can't remember the capital of Dunland. Whatever. He's going to move on and try and take that. Now, Chieftain Herek, with his satellite army, he has a lot of skirmishers with a couple of elite, himself and his infantry unit are quite elite infantry. He's going to move on Herot and try and take that relatively quickly. It's got quite a small garrison. We have a little bit of a scouting force under a new general, Artia, who has quite a decent number of traits. They're actually... It's got a nice little selection. He's got natural commander, promising attacker, strong at the walls, but he's taken the skirmisher cav, and I'm going to use him to raid this fort and maybe try and distract the Dunlendings. And then Mootlord Tremak with the main army is going, and he's got most of my experienced units, plus a lot of armor upgraded units, and I thought I'd give them the Dwarven Travellers because they're actually one of our best units, which is a bit of a sad state of affairs. But he is going to move on Dunyard and hopefully knock it out immediately and kill the factionaire. But that is the plan. We will see how Dunland reacts. Now, let us speak to them and cancel our alliance.
You obviously care naught how you treat us.
Okay, we do indeed care naught. And let's look at the diplomacy situation, because we want to get friends with Bree again, don't we? Really? Come on, Bree. Where are you? Yeah, I think being allied with Bree would be a pretty good idea. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to send this diplomat north to go speak to the Bree guys. And I think we should kick off this show. So let's move in. Maintain a siege there. Dunland can immediately move in and maintain a siege there. Yeah, and Isengard decided not to stand with us. They are foolish. We will make them regret that decision. And yeah, let's move up with the main army towards Dunyard. And then we'll take our scouting force towards this fort here to get a little bit of upkeep. And I think in the south, I'm going to build another couple of units in both of these regions. We're going to start building up our defences a little bit. Now, our economy isn't actually too bad. We are going to start losing money, but overall it's actually quite useful. And in one turn, we can quickly move up. Let's, we're going to have to give a turn to build all of our siege equipment and things. So let's see how Dunland reacts. There isn't exactly much that they can do. You know, we've got 3 settlements under their control, immediately under siege, and we'll have a 4th very quickly as well. Let's end this turn. See what the reaction is. Aha! Bree! Immediately. Right, so, we'll give you military access, and we'll give you our map info. But if you want our stuff, you are going to have to give me money, because you're going to keep our economy afloat. So how much money? Well off. 3,000 I think you can do.
This isn't going to
Okay. Looks like I pushed it a bit too far. Look, we'll come back. We'll be friends in a minute. They obviously didn't have that much money. That's normally why they react like that. Maybe 2,500 would be better. Dunland so far, I don't think it's been their turn, has it? I like this blitzkrieg. Clan blitzkrieg is what we're going for here. Rather than just build full stacks, I've tried to build armies that are large enough to take towns. But without actually, you know, hopefully keeping our economy relatively easily handled. Now, any towns where I don't need to siege, I probably won't. I should have brought some, probably built some boats, actually. That would have been clever. I didn't think about that beforehand. Can we build boats? We're one of the naval nations, right? The clans? Could have sworn. But I haven't actually looked at the boats. I'll have a look. I probably shouldn't be talking during the turn ends. I'm giving some thought to cutting out turn ends, because sometimes my mic cuts out. Oh, thank you, Council. You're keeping us afloat. Right, raid from Dunland. The annual clan moot has ended at the turn of the year, and a very strange event has occurred west. The village was seized by Dunlendings from Dunlarak. The homes were razed, women were taken, and the men were slain. The chieftain of Dunland sent a messenger denying that men... Well, we're under attack now, under official orders. Some of the clans believe that the Dunlendings are testing our metal. Others believe the messenger. Clan Morolaith took drastic measures and is keeping a messenger here until your command is given. We can either ignore this, return the messenger and trust Dunland, or we can send a messenger back without his head. Oh, we're going to send him back without a head. As expected, the sight of the headless messenger being dragged into Dunlarak has filled the pitiful Dunlending chieftain with dread. He fears our might and does not wish to antagonize the sleeping giant that our clans can become. He has promised peace, but we're at war. Oh, God. That is hilarious. So I wonder if that gives them like a debuff or something.
Yes.
Like to the leader. That'd be fun. Like he fears the clans or something. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, so they're a little bit spread out at the moment. Obviously, war on 3 fronts is not good for them. It's 4 turns till they surrender there. 5 turns there. 4 turns there. So I might siege them down. Or should we go in? 7 turns there, so we're going to need to definitely attack them all over the front. I mean, they have no archers in here, so that should be a relatively straightforward battle. Barley... Oh, Dunlending Warband are actually halfway decent. The champions are quite good, but again, no archers. So this army is pretty archer heavy, so they would be useful.
You have something in mind for our people?
And then over here, again, no archers. You know, the lack of archers is making me want to go into the towns, to be honest. I mean, Argond is a castle, so it would be more difficult. Maybe sieging that would be actually better. Let's take... Yeah, you're laying an ambush, but let's take that fort because we'll get a little bit of free upkeep.
No fool, send your emissary.
Yeah, I think for an economy standpoint, we're going to have to just go in some of these towns. Okay, so let's do this first battle. Let's do one of the smaller ones, I think. Let's try the auto-resolve. So Captain Laknan has some berserkers, some spearmen. So none of these are good units, really. The berserkers are halfway decent, but they're not great. Let's save the game here. And let's see how the auto-resolve does it. You know, that's not too bad. I think we'll take that, because it's a minor battle. We will exterminate the populace to make sure that they're on side. We will burn them down. Unfortunately, a lot of the losses were to the moot keepers, which is a bit of a shame, but what can you do? We'll leave behind, I think... Yeah, we'll take the Angrim Raiders and we will move them towards the bridge. Because they will act as a bit of a buffer zone. Do some repairs. And we're now making some money, which is good. I think Dunland. Right, so this battle looks a little bit more dicey. So you know what? We're going to keep the siege going there. And then Carmen. Again, he's not really got anything that is opposing him. Let's save this again and see if an auto-resolve will favour us. We'll attempt a night attack just because it gets a little bit more command. I don't agree with that. So, you know what? We are going to go into Argonne. So there will be a battle in this episode. It's been a while, and I feel like a battle is going to be forthcoming. Because we really need this army to capture most of the north by itself. And the amount of losses there weren't really reflective, I think, of how many we would actually lose. Right, let's rock and roll. I don't think we need a night attack. We're just gonna go for it, I think. Let's fight the battle. Now, this is probably our worst army. So, got to bear that in mind in this battle. I'm expecting losses. Okay, so we've got Guildsmen and the Bandits. I think that's probably about right. For once, we've actually laid out our army moderately intelligently. So, that's a shock. Argonne is actually quite a defensible castle. So, this will be interesting. I think we will send in... Which are better? The Bandits by a mile, so... Fodder unit, go! By the power of Greyskull. Come on, clans. I'm really enjoying the clans campaign. The Dwarven campaign, I'm not enjoying as much. I don't know what you think about that, guys, but... Ooh, this is a ballista tower. Yeah, you're going to drop the ram because this ram will make it by the looks of it. These clansmen are going to take an absolute hammering. What are we facing here? Oh, they're all at the front gate. It's a bit of a problem. Hopefully they run away. Right, 40... Yeah, we're taking a fair amount of losses here, which is a shame. But it's done its work. Very good. Right, rush on in. I didn't know if oil was in this game, actually. That's a fair point. I don't really remember that. Right, send in the infantry. And I think we will bring our general up to provide support as well. This isn't really the battle that we want, but we will do what we can. I wasn't expecting the AI to actually behave moderately intelligent and actually position its men on the wall. Right, you guys are going to run up and you're going to throw your javelins straight in there. We are taking archer fire. Right, go for it. Throw your javelins. We'll let the fodder unit break down there, and then I think we'll send the bandits in. Come on, guys. And there go the bandits. And let's hit the horn.
We march together.
Yeah, and that rally will have kept those soldiers in the battle. And you know what? We're just going to go straight in now. Because we should be able to push through. I think the javelins are giving them some cause for concern, shall we say. And this is what the mercenaries are there to do. They're there to die in droves. Right, there we go. So by capturing the walls, we've decreased the amount of arrow fire that we're going to be taking, I think. Keep flinging the javelins through the doorway. I don't like the fact we're taking the amount of casualties as we are. We're pushing our way through. And they can keep moving up towards the gateway. That should protect them from the majority of the fire now. Right, open fire. Keep flinging your javelins. And I think we're just going to speed this up. Or fling them. Right, we've killed quite a lot of them actually. We are starting to make our way around the flanks now. And they're now doing a like bum rush charge, which won't stand them in good stead. Right, take the towers, for fuck's sake. Right, it's time to bring up the archers, I think. Because the archers are going to be what finishes this battle. That's for sure. Kill the clan spearmen. Come on, do it. Pull on through. Right, the general has pulled through. Right, and they're starting to rout now.
We march together.
You should be on, not on fire at will. Right, let's bring them in. All of the archers. Fling your javelins. There we go. Now they're running. Right, we did take actually a pretty fair whack of losses there, but not as many as the game I think was telling us that we were going to take. That's what I took umbrage with. And the hunters are already making them rout just by themselves. For the forest.
For the forest.
And there's some more hunters here. I think that'll do. Counterattack him. Jesus, there's just towers everywhere. Right, shoot. Shoot. Take out the berserkers.
For the forest.
If we continue like this, we will smash the elk.
Okay, we're nearly there. They have no armor, so this is normally quite a straightforward battle. Let's send up the Saraline mercenaries just to do a little bit more work. Ah, the bandits are running. No, no, no.
For the forest.
The berserkers must have had a fear effect or something. Right, and that'll be a win. Come on, finish it.
If we continue like this, we will smash the elk.
Trigger the rally. Right, that should be the end of it now. Really? You're fighting on? You're just a captain and you don't have a general. Right, there we go. Right, there's no units left.
Infantry!
Where are the units? Oh, just some clan spearmen, right. Go on, finish him.
Command of the castle.
Finish him off, mercenaries. This has been a hard-fought battle. Very good. Right.
This is a clear victory.
It is a clear victory. Right, that's a lot better. You know, that was more like it. You know, 662 ain't great, but it's better than, you know, losing over 700. It's quite a nice image, that. Now, with the taking of Argond, we can lay siege to Farbad.
Your enemies lie.
Right, let's exterminate the populace.
These lands are now yours.
And I think we'll leave behind that unit of hunters. Build a watchtower.
Erecting a watchtower.
And then just immediately carry on.
We have marched our limit.
Because all you're meant to do is just, you know, help us a little bit. And we're now turning a profit. Very good. I knew a little bit of conquest would immediately start paving the way.
My lord.
Right, we probably don't have enough troops to take Farbad. And, ooh, there is a little army here that we need to be careful for. I might need to fall back.
Continuing tomorrow.
But we are making our way through their lands pretty effectively.
Your orders, my lord.
Come and get me, coward.
Things can only get better between us.
Okay, so Dunland actually has a pretty decent garrison. So I need to be mindful about that. You, my good diplomat,
Yes, my lord.
keep heading towards Bree.
Approaching their dignitary.
And we only besieged you this turn, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah, so I can't take any,
your order.
although maybe building another ram wouldn't be the worst idea, actually.
Yes.
So I'll grab another ram.
I'll engage.
Right, we'll end the turn. Because I think this is a wooden walled settlement, so we can use the rams to make multiple entry points. Right, what are Dunland going to do? They're going to come and attack us. Okay, this is giving them a very high chance of winning. We have some cavalry. And they don't. So mobility advantage is going to go to us. We don't have a huge amount of infantry, however. We're pretty much entirely skirmishers with a couple of strike infantry. So I think we're going to form a bit of an ad hoc group here. But I think I'll call it an episode here. We have started our attack on Dunland. In the next episode, we will continue this with this battle here, which should be a good one. Alf is actually a better commander than us, so killing him will probably be very important. If we can kill him, we'll probably win this battle. But the Raiders are a good unit. The Spearmen, the Warband are all good units. Yeah, it's mainly the Raiders that we've got to watch out for. But we have definitely got this skirmishing advantage. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.